A washdown area for horses should be equipped with grounding electrodes, bonding, and other safety measures, similar to the requirements for a fountain, because water and electricity can create an electrical shock hazard if proper precautions are not taken, and stray voltage from nearby electrical sources can accumulate in the washdown area, posing a risk to horses and humans. The grounding and bonding requirements for a horse washdown area typically include the following considerations. Firstly, grounding electrodes. Install at least one grounding electrode near the washdown area, such as a copper-clad rod or plate buried underground. Secondly, bonding. Bond all metal components in the washdown area, including metal pipes, faucets, and wash racks, to the grounding electrodes using copper bonding tape or similar conductor. Thirdly, ground fault circuit interrupter or GFCI. Install a GFCI on the electrical circuit that powers the washdown area. This device detects ground faults and interrupts power to prevent electric shock. Fourthly, polarity testing. Conduct polarity testing to ensure that the electrical system is properly wired and that there is no reverse polarity. Fifthly, regular inspections. Perform regular inspections of the grounding and bonding system to ensure its integrity. In addition to grounding and bonding, other safety measures can enhance the safety of the washdown area. Consider these following considerations. 1. Non-slip flooring. Install non-slip flooring in the washdown area to prevent slipping and falls. 2. Adequate drainage. Ensure that the washdown area has adequate drainage to prevent water accumulation. 3. Ventilation. Provide ventilation to prevent moisture buildup and the accumulation of potentially harmful gases. By implementing these grounding, bonding, and safety measures, a safe and well-functioning washdown area can be made for horses. It's crucial to understand the electrical hazards associated with water and livestock. Stray voltage, even at low levels, can cause discomfort and stress to animals, leading to behavioral changes, reduced milk production in dairy animals, and reluctance to use water as or feeders. The purpose of grounding and bonding is to minimize the risk of electrical shock by providing a low-impedance path for fault currents to return to the source, thereby tripping the overcurrent protection device, such as a circuit breaker or fuse. Grounding electrodes, typically copper rods or plates, establish a connection to the earth, providing a reference point for the electrical system's voltage. This helps to stabilize the voltage and prevent the buildup of static electricity. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides detailed requirements for grounding and bonding electrical systems. While the NEC does not specifically address horse washdown areas, the general principles of grounding and bonding apply to all electrical installations, particularly those in wet or damp locations. Section 250.4 A1 of the NEC states that grounded systems shall be grounded in a manner that will limit the voltage to ground on the ungrounded conductors and shall facilitate the operation of the overcurrent protective devices in the circuit. Section 250.50 requires that all grounding electrodes that are present at each building or structure served shall be bonded together to form the grounding electrode system. This typically includes metal underground water pipes, metal frames of buildings, concrete encased electrodes, and ground rings. Bonding is the process of connecting all metal parts that are likely to become energized to the grounding system. This includes metal pipes, faucets, wash racks, and any other metal equipment in the washdown area. The purpose of bonding is to create an electrically continuous path so that if a fault occurs, the fault current will flow back to the source and trip the overcurrent protection device. Section 250.92 requires that metal enclosures for service raceways and service equipment shall be bonded to the grounding electrode system. Section 250.96 requires that metal parts that are likely to become energized shall be bonded together into the grounding electrode system. The size of the bonding conductors is determined by NEC Table 250.102 C1, which specifies the minimum size of the bonding conductor based on the size of the ungrounded conductors in the circuit. Ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are essential safety devices that protect against electric shock. A GFCI monitors the current flowing in the hot and neutral conductors of a circuit. If there is a difference of more than 5 mA between the current flowing in the hot and neutral conductors, the GFCI will trip and interrupt the power supply. This indicates that current is leaking to ground, which could be through a person or animal. Section 210.8 of the NEC requires GFCI protection for receptacles installed in wet or damp locations, including those in agricultural buildings. It's recommended to install a GFCI and the electrical circuit that powers the washdown area to provide maximum protection against electric shock. Polarity testing is a simple but important step to ensure that the electrical system is properly wired. Reverse polarity occurs when the hot and neutral wires are reversed at a receptacle or other electrical connection. This can create a shock hazard because the metal parts of an appliance or equipment may become energized. A polarity tester can be used to check for reverse polarity. The tester will indicate whether the hot and neutral wires are properly connected. Regular inspections of the grounding and bonding system are necessary to ensure its integrity. Over time, connections can corrode or become loose, which can compromise the effectiveness of the grounding and bonding system. It's recommended to inspect the grounding electrodes, bonding conductors, and connections at least once a year and to make any necessary repairs or replacements. In addition to the grounding and bonding requirements, other safety measures can enhance the safety of the washdown area. Non-slip flooring can help to prevent slips and falls, especially when the floor is wet. Adequate drainage can prevent water from accumulating, which can create a slip hazard and increase the risk of electric shock. Ventilation can help to prevent moisture buildup and the accumulation of potentially harmful gases, such as ammonia, which can be released from animal waste. When selecting electrical equipment for use in a horse washdown area, it's important to choose equipment that is rated for wet locations. This means that the equipment is designed to withstand exposure to moisture and is less likely to develop electrical problems. Look for equipment that is labeled as wet location or weatherproof. It's also important to follow all manufacturers' instructions for installation and maintenance of electrical equipment. Improper installation or maintenance can create a safety hazard. If you are not familiar with electrical work, it's best to hire a qualified electrician to install and maintain the electrical system in your horse washdown area. An electrician will have the knowledge and experience to ensure that the system is installed safely and correctly and that it meets all applicable codes and standards. The principles of equipotential planes can further enhance safety in livestock areas, including horse washdown areas. An equipotential plane is an area where all metallic objects and surfaces are bonded together to create a common electrical potential. This minimizes the voltage differences that can occur between different points in the area, reducing the risk of electric shock. To create an equipotential plane in a horse washdown area, all metallic objects and surfaces, such as metal pipes, faucets, wash racks, and reinforcing steel in the concrete floor, should be bonded together using copper bonding conductors. The bonding conductors should be connected to the grounding electrode system. The size of the bonding conductor should be determined by NEC Table 250.102. C1. The equipotential plane should extend throughout the washdown area and should be large enough to encompass the entire area where horses and humans are likely to be present. The effectiveness of an equipotential plane can be tested by measuring the voltage difference between different points in the area. The voltage difference should be less than 1 volt. It's important to maintain the equipotential plane by regularly inspecting the bonding connections and making any necessary repairs or replacements. The installation of an equipotential plane can significantly reduce the risk of electric shock in a horse washdown area and is a recommended safety practice. In addition to the NEC, other codes and standards may apply to electrical installations in horse barns and washdown areas. These may include local building codes, electrical codes, and agricultural codes. It's important to check with your local authorities to determine which codes and standards apply to your specific situation. Some insurance companies may also have specific requirements for electrical installations in horse barns. It's a good idea to check with your insurance company to see if they have any specific requirements that you need to meet. Proper grounding and bonding are essential for electrical safety in horse washdown areas. By following the requirements of the NEC and other applicable codes and standards, you can create a safe and well-functioning washdown area for horses. Remember to consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns about electrical safety. Regular maintenance and inspections are crucial for ensuring the continued safety of the electrical system. Implementing these safety measures will contribute to a safer environment for both horses and humans. The information provided here is for general guidance only and should not be considered a substitute for professional advice from a qualified electrician or engineer. Always consult with a qualified professional before making any changes to your electrical system. Understanding the principles of electrical safety and applying them diligently is paramount in any environment where livestock and electricity coexist. Taking proactive steps to minimize electrical hazards will help to protect both animals and people from potential harm. The National Electrical Code is updated every 3 years, so it's important to stay current with the latest requirements. You can purchase a copy of the NEC from the National Fire Protection Association or view it online at nfpa.org. The NEC is a comprehensive document that covers all aspects of electrical installations, including grounding, bonding, wiring methods, overcurrent protection, and equipment requirements. It's a valuable resource for anyone who is involved in electrical work. In addition to the NEC, there are many other resources available to help you learn about electrical safety. These include books, articles, websites, and training courses. The Electrical Safety Foundation International is a non-profit organization that provides educational materials and training programs on electrical safety. Their website, sc.org, is a valuable resource for information on electrical safety. By taking the time to educate yourself about electrical safety, you can help to prevent accidents and injuries. Electrical safety is everyone's responsibility.